Oh yeah, that's right. Honey Bears decided to bench himself and start Marquis instead on offense. We'll see how that turns out. The game is starting now. Let me. Yeah, so if you can hear Intense, tell me. Looks like all there's rolling bombs for all the power-ups to start out with. That fight for mid is so important in the start off the game. It's going to be got by the Merballs, but immediately diffused. So they still can't hear you. Let me try. Out of curiosity, can you hear the game noises on the stream? Looks like we're going to start out. Uh, Merballs are going to double grab, but get quickly returned. Helen Keller has a grab here. Let's see if he can escape past three Merballs. He's staying alive, but he can't quite get out. Okay, I apologize for the technical difficulties. This is the first time I've streamed, so I'm not completely aware on how the audio works, since you can't really test that. I'll keep trying to fix it as the stream goes on, but sorry, Intense. I guess for now they won't be able to hear you. Marquis is going to try and get a grab, but he's immediately returned. And Pups come up the second time. It looks like Merballs are going to get all three. Ball Star and Balloon both taking a Juke Juice. Romulus having a rolling bomb that is immediately diffused. And Romulus is going to get a grab. He's going out two. He's going to try and make an attack on that base, but Marquis is there to return him with that good offensive defense. Ball Star with the regrab coming across. He's going top right now. He's just waiting for Romulus to get on that regrab. And Romulus is back on regrab, but Ballstar has been pushed back a little bit towards base. So it's a pretty risky situation if Romulus gets caught with defenders near base on regrab. And looks like he's got some trouble getting past him, but he manages to juke past Mars and Spiller. He's going top right now. He's going to be past three, but Helen Keller catches up with him. Pups are coming up again soon. Looks like Ballstar is going to try and get that right pup. Spiller is fighting for that mid pup. He got it. 53 a Juke Juice. Marquis got a Juke Juice left. And Mars got the right power up as well. But Ballstar is coming in and cannot quite get the cap. Yeah, Helen Keller had some great positioning there. Mars is passed for if the bad news balls can get a return here, they can cap, but they are not going to be able to get it as Romulus boosts past Marquis and Spiller. Mars is still running around with the flag though, so it's not going to do too much damage. Balloon and S starting to close in on Mars while Marquis is still chasing Romulus around. Could we see a kiss here, perhaps? No. Marquis is going to continue to chase Romulus. He really needs a little bit of help containing him from Spiller here. He's going to get in the base, and Helen's going to just tap him off for the turn, off regrab. But Ballstar had regrab, so the chain's going to continue. Looks like they're going to start to fight for pups now. Looks like Bad News Balls has a decent grip, but there's still a good fight going on for the mid pup. And Romulus is going to get a tag pro. That's going to be a pretty big impact. Ballstar goes flag pro, and Mars gets a rolling bomb with a flag. That's big, but Romulus is going to return Mars. And he has a tag pro lead right now. With the flag coming in the base. Oh, this is a potential capping opportunity for the Merballs. They just have to return Marquis, and the Merballs will cap, striking first blood. Looks like Spiller's playing some anti-regrab, though. That's going to help end the regrab train and minimize the damage for Bad News Balls. Now they're both teams are reset. Gonna see who get a good grab and regrab train on going off first. S is gonna boost up and try and knock Spiller off the flag, but it's not gonna work too well. Helen Keller's going for that boost now, but Ballstar is going to defuse it. Interesting that Ballstar has switched to defense, and S is currently playing offense. Probably just their positioning when they reset. Ramos is going to get a tag pro middle. Mars is going to get a juke juice right, and Ballstar is going to get a left rolling bomb. So Merballs won that round of power-ups, but because one of the power-ups was a rolling bomb, it was pretty much a wash. However, that tag pro has a little bit of advantage over that juke juice, and let S get out of base. Can S score here, though? Need to return Helen Keller, but they cannot do that as Marquis will flaccid after Helen is returned, and it's now 2-on-2. Romulus is coming in trying to score. However, he's going to be pushed back by that offensive D as Mars did a good job of getting ahead, and the offensive D held. So Romulus is just chasing back. He went all the way back to the base. He manages to get out, though. That could have been a reset for the Bad News Balls if they had not if they had gotten the return there. But Ballstar is still there on regrab. He's going for that right pup. Spiller is sitting on mid. No one's going for the left pup. Spiller's going to get a juke juice middle. Let's see if that can help him return Ballstar here. And he gets the return. Have Romulus going top here. He's past Mars, who has a juke juice. Spiller also has a juke juice, playing that OD, and they're going to be able to easily get the return there. Ballstar wasn't quite back on regrab. Let's see if the Bad News Balls can push back and potentially get a reset here. He's going for the boost, and he boosts past Spiller and Mars. That's going to put him past 2. He's gets past Helen Keller on the block, but Marquis is there to prevent him from capping for now as the defense catches up with him. Romulus is still in regrab. Helen Keller is challenging him for the regrab with that anti-re, as Mars is going to kiss, and both teams are going to get reset here. They're going for pups now. See that mid pup? It looks like the Merballs are going to grab it. It's a tag pro that could potentially help them get a grab off. Mars is going to get a rolling bomb. That's not too helpful in defense, but it could definitely help him against that tag pro, as he forces Ballstar to grab and go flag pro. He's going to get out here. Ballstar is past, not really past 1 maybe. Gets returned fairly quickly. Romulus is going out with the flag. He's going 1, it looks like. Balloon's going to block Spiller so he can't get to the button. S is trying to block out Marquis. Can he return him in time? Not quite, as Romulus is forced off the flag. And but he still gets the second effort in, as they manage to return the couple of Bad News Balls, and it's 2-0 for the Merballs. Spiller gets the return though on anti-re, so we are reset here. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. There's fighting for power-ups now. Looks like Romulus is going to get the right power-up. There's a fight going on for mid, 5 balls all there. And Balloon is going to get a tag pro and knock out 2 Bad News Balls. Unfortunately, they don't have the flag out, so they're not going to be able to take advantage of that. Romulus is coming up on offense with a rolling bomb. Let's see if he can get a grab off with that. He is going to go past Mars, and he gets past Spiller as well. And it looks like they were caught off. Marquis went for a power-up. Helen Keller flaccided, and that's going to be another cap for the Merballs. Again, they get that reset after the cap because they played a little bit of anti-re, but unfortunately they're down 3-0 now, which is a pretty big disadvantage. Spiller, however, is going to get past S and Balloon. He's going to see if he can get past Ballstar and Romulus in offensive defense. And this is one of the first opportunities this game, I feel like, that the Bad News Balls has had some offensive pressure going on. Spiller is going to juke out 2 more again. Romulus is boosting up. He's going to grab, and most likely, he gets bumped by Ballstar, so he doesn't quite get out, but he gets some more blocks. And he's past 2, maybe 3, but Marquis is extremely safe there on the left side. They had regrabs, so they weren't really in much danger. But looks like Balloon picked up a tag pro and is now leading Romulus. So Spiller's just going to lay off for a little bit. Looks like Marquis might be going for the kiss. Instead, going to get returned by Balloon. And this is another good opportunity. They just need to return Helen Keller, but Mars with that tag pro manages to protect his flag carrier long enough for Helen Keller to escape. They're just going to kiss there in the Marquis right there to get that return. That's going to be a reset for the Bad News Balls. However, 3 defenders in base for Mars to escape from, and he's not going to be able to do it. He's almost immediately returned. Just a minute left, so the last round of power-ups is coming up soon. That's the last chance, perhaps, to make some impact. Marquis is going to get out bottom. Looks like the Merballs are just waiting for him to come across, not being too aggressive in their grabbing. Marquis with a nice move to get past S. And he's past 3 now. They just have to block out Balloon. Can they do it? He's not quite there. And S gets there in time to knock Marquis off the flag tile. That's going to probably prevent a cap. Let's see if Marquis can still pull it off, though. He still has the flag in base, and it's still there. Oh, he's going to get returned, though. Looks like there was a flaccid for the Merballs, and Helen Keller just gets in that boost past Balloon, but Romulus is going to be there to return him. There's only 18 seconds left. It's highly unlikely we'll see another cap, but maybe if Balloon gets past him, he gets past Mars, Helen Keller, and Spiller. He just has Marquis to beat, and Marquis is well blocked out. That's going to be another cap in the final seconds for the Merballs, and they're going to end this half up 4-0 against the Bad News Balls. Wow. You can see there, not a lot of hold there for the Bad News Balls almost. Oh, wait, that was prevent. But only one player having over one, or did Mars and Marquis only had 1 minute of hold total. And Spiller and Helen Keller only combined for around just over a minute. Yeah, give me a second here if you'll excuse me on the stream. I'm going to try and get intense on here. I don't know if you see someone, look for them, because I do not exactly know how to do this. They can't hear you too. Okay, I will try that. Not yet, I'm still looking for the right place to add it. I would just go ahead and play. Yeah, so we're just going to continue without Intense and Lou for this game. We're starting up the second half. The game hasn't quite started yet. I'll get you there as soon as we do. And we are in the game. Looks like we got all three power-ups. Bad News Balls have a Tag Pro on their side. Merballs have a Rolling Bomb, so a slight advantage to the Bad News Balls. And they're going to need everything they can get. So Romulus is going to get that mid power. Helen Keller is going to get the left Tag Pro and take it on offense, while Ballstar's taking the Rolling Bomb on offense as well. However, Romulus flashed it pretty quickly, so Ballstar might not get to use that Rolling Bomb to its full effectiveness. But Honey Bear is going to get out with a grab because of that Tag Pro lead. Yeah, he didn't really follow his Tag Pro lead there, which probably cost him in the end as they quickly got the return. Looks like Romulus is going to try and boost up for a grab. And he's going to try and get past Mars and Spiller. Ballstar is trying to block Spiller right now, but it looks like Mars has a solid contain on him anyways, and he's going to get returned. Honey Bear is going to grab. It looks like he might be out against Balloon, but S is going to catch up with him from behind. Helen's going to grab there. It's kind of a questionable grab when both defenders are there containing, but he manages to make it work. He gets past S and Balloon, and he gets past both of them. If he can get past Romulus, it's a cap, but he's not quite. Mars gets the return, though. Helen Keller comes back and gets the return, the cap, I mean. It's the first score for Bad News Balls of this game. However, they did lose the pups in that, so Ballstar now is a Tag Pro and uses it to let Balloon escape with his Juke Juice, and Balloon's going to quickly go Flag Pro, scooping up that last power up. The Tag Pro is not going to help him too much with the flag, but it will give him the power up, which is pretty important. So S is out now, having been on regrab, and Spiller is also out, so we're going to see some chasing, but Spiller manages to spike himself instead of going into Romulus. Looks like Mars has the flag now. He's boosting. He's still in the Merballs base, so we're going to be able to see if he can get out. Romulus is there to return him, and Balloon is there on defense. Honeybear is still going to try and grab and go through Button. He's not going to quite go through the gate, and he's going to, barely make it past Romulus and Balloon. He's staying alive, and he is pretty much past Romulus. There's some nice moves by Honeybear. Can Mars help him out with the Tag Pro? He's going to instead decide to go and try and get Ballstar. Ballstar is returned, however, and looks like they might try and get a reset here. But Romulus is going to out-juke Mars and get past Spiller. He's past 3. Only Honeybear's there. He's going to get a grab with the flag. Let's see if Ballstar and S can return him. And they're not going to be able to get him as Spiller comes up and tags Romulus. So Honeybear is currently past 3, but Balloon is in no danger of being returned, so it's not that scary for the Merballs. Balloon going 4, he's going to get returned by Mars as S is trapped in base with Mars and Helen Keller, and they're going to reset. Spiller has 2 to beat. Can they get the blocks? Maybe. Ballstar going to grab. Balloon's going to also grab. Both are returned. It's 2-on-1, but Helen's not going to help out against Romulus. Let's see if they can return Romulus. They just need to return S now for the cap. S is going to be a little slippery. He gets no Ballstar. Ballstar coming up from behind and getting whoever that was. I forget who had the flag. Spiller right before he had the cap, and Honeybear's going to come in for the cap here though. Yeah, that would have been a major cap. It would have put them within 1. As now they have to get 2 caps in 6 minutes instead of 1, which is a huge difference on such a defensive map like Boombox. Ballstar is going to get out with the help of a Tag Pro. But Honeybear has a Rolling Bomb to grab. He still has to get past Balloon and Ron. Oh, he's going to get returned. This is a sticky situation. Mars is returned. It's 2-on-1. Helen Keller is returned. It's a cap for the Merballs. S is out on the regrab. He's going to get quickly returned by Mars, though, so we're going to see a reset here. Spiller's going to flaccid real quick and return to defense. Meanwhile, the Merballs got the middle tag pro power up, which is going to help them possibly get left. But they decide not to go for the power up, instead try the grab. That's going to work out for them as Romulus kills Mars and gets Ballstar ahead of 2. As Helen Keller grabs and is quickly returned, Honey Bear is the only one left. Can they block Honey Bear out? And no, Mars gets him from behind. So they're going to quickly get back to... Oh, Romulus had the regrab. He's past 2. Looks like Honey Bear is going to block off 1. Spiller is going to block off 2. And Helen Keller is going to block him off as his options were slowly exhausted. Looks like both Mars and Ballstar have a rolling bomb that's going to blow him off a little bit. And Ballstar is going to use that extra momentum to grab. He's not going to get out of the Bad News Balls base, though. So, currently have Ballstar gets past them both. Now Spiller has he has a tag pro in offense. That's not going to be too bad. But Honey Bear gets the grab out. He's not going to have much places to go as Romulus gets that button and Balloon contains him from there. And Mars with the flag now. He's past 2. Might be able to get past Balloon. Not quite. Balloon beats him to that button. And Bad News Balls has to start getting aggressive as they're down 3 caps with 4 minutes to go. And Balloon just got a rolling bomb, which is going to be immediately diffused, and Ballstar got a juke juice. So Bad News Balls losing those power-ups, which is not something you want to do when you're behind. They are, however, reset on the flag with none in base. They're going to go fighting for that mid-pup, which is so crucial in this map. And Romulus is going to get a tag pro. That's going to be devastating for the Bad News Balls. This is probably going to let Ballstar grab. It is. He's going to get out past 2. And we're going to see if they can manufacture another cap or if they'll be stalled by the offensive defense. Looks like Ballstar is going to get around. That was tight juke. He had to be very careful of that button, which Honey Bear was just barely knocked off of by S, I believe it was. And Honey Bear tries to go through that gate, but Helen Keller can't hold that button against 2 Merball defenders. Spiller going to snipe down Romulus there. Meanwhile, Mars goes for the power-up while Ballstar escapes with a flag. He's past 3 while there's 2 in base. Balloon goes for a tag pro while S blocks, and that's another cap for the Merballs. It's 3-2 after they won the first half 4-0 with 2 minutes left. Romulus is going to get that juke juice and is going to try and get another grab off with a flag. Spiller and Mars are currently reset. Yeah. And they're going to quickly get 2 returns, but no offensive pressure to accompany that. Helen Keller's going to try and get out here. He gets returned by the button fairly quickly, though. Romulus grabs is immediately returned by Mars. A Ballstar just going for that left pup, playing it conservatively, not wanting to give the Bad News Balls any chance of coming back. Meanwhile, Romulus is going to grab as both Bad News Balls defenders went to try and get that pup away from Ballstar. It's a tag pro in that corner, so that's a pretty important pup. Mars is going to get it and return Ballstar. Let's see if that'll be worth it. They do manage to catch Romulus just before he gets to the flag tile, but they aren't able to get anything from there, and at this point, they need to just start capping as they're down 5 caps. Helen Keller gets a second tag pro for the Bad News Balls. Oh! Spiller, they returned by S despite having a tag pro lead. That's going to hurt them a lot. Balloon still, he's ahead of 2, but Helen's going to stop him and slow him down. Just dances in a little circle around Honey Bear. As Romulus goes back for a regrab, Helen Keller's going to try and get a grab. It looks like he might get out. He's going to maybe go to Honey Bear's blocking him down. He's slowing him down. He can't quite get out. Mars is still waiting in base. He's going to go through button that Honey Bear is holding. And returned by Ballstar, however. Now Balloon is past 4, and that's going to be another cap for the Merballs. Yeah, the bad news balls are not looking good out there. They've gotten beaten pretty badly in 2 games in a row, and oh, they couldn't quite get the return by Spiller in time to get a 5th cap. But there's only 30 seconds left, and this game is all but over. And Helen Keller are going to try and get another grab. He's the tag pro lead by Mars, but Ballstar looks to be out pretty safely unless Spiller can catch up to him, but it looks like he has a little bit more momentum. Uh, Ballstar still having to get those tiny jukes, but Balloon's on regrab, so that should be the rest of the game. Looks like both teams will try and get the kept flag here, and they both will get it. Just look at that power-up control. Mars had 7 power-ups, but the rest of the bad news balls only had 4 combined. Meanwhile, the Merballs had, looks like 17 power-ups, which is a pretty big difference and probably one of the major factors in their victory. So Merballs are going to win the first game 8-2 in a pretty landslide victory. We're going to take a little break on this stream here. I'm going to need to get some water. Okay, I apologize for that. I'm back. Sorry, I had to get some water. My throat was getting a little dry. So they're going to be going into the second game. Brand new half. Everything starts over. But the bad news balls have to be looking for some adjustments there after getting pretty badly beaten on Boombox. Okay, see ya. Yeah, so Intense is leaving, unfortunately. So even if I do get the commentary working, he's not going to be able to talk with us. Yeah, it's understandable. See ya. So it looks like we're going to see Mr. Thought come back in for the Merballs over S. We thought Mr. Thought was going to start both games, but they decided to start S on Boombox instead, and it paid off pretty well for them. So the Merballs did win 8-2. We'll see how adding Mr. Thought helps them in the more chaotic Monarch, which I think definitely fits his style a bit more. Monarch is great for aggressive return defenders, as there's lots of opportunities for snipes with all the bombs and boosts. Looks like we're still waiting. The bad news balls are strategizing Looks like the Merballs are ready, but the bad news balls are not. So we're just waiting on them. It looks like we should be starting soon, as both the teams are ready. So any second now, we should be starting. Sup, Blue? Yeah, we'll have to see if they can come back. The game is starting. We just have to wait for the thing to join. We have bad news balls currently on the red side, while the Merballs are on the blue side. Tag pros all around in both mid and both the team power-up sides. Looks like Romulus probably has the best boost for mid right now. Spiller going to try and get it, but Romulus will take it. Honey Bear and Ball start taking the two tag pros on the side. Romulus immediately killing two bad news balls, and as well as another, I believe, Honey and Ball Star kissed. So that's going to be put them in a pretty precarious situation earlier, as they already are in a potential capping situation where the Merballs and Romulus is going to get past them and get the cap. That his tag pros definitely helped him there, as it pretty much allowed him to grab for free as he killed both the defenders. And now we're kind of reset. That was a very exciting early game, but now they're going to have to try and get off normal grabs. Romulus is going to try and go at the side, but he's not going to quite make it before being returned. And Ballstar just kind of waiting around for Romulus to return, as he's not going to try and solo grab. Same on the other side as Honey Bear attempts to grab. Let's see, the next round of power-ups is coming up right about now. It's not like the bad news balls are positioning for any. Romulus is going for mid, Ballstar is going for left, and Balloon is going to get right. And the Merballs are going to sweep power-ups. That's going to let Romulus probably get out, unless Spiller can catch up to him, but he cannot get the boost. However, there are four ahead, and Ballstar is just going to go and regrab with that tag pro, so it'll be tough for the Merballs to manufacture anything. He's going to try a boost off that wall, but not quite going to get anything out of it. I see Ballstar just running around with the flag now. He's going back to base, which is a risky move, but has not hurt them so far, but it hurts them there as they lose the regrab train with the spawn by Honey Bear, but Helen Keller is going to get quickly returned, and the flag is not going to exit the Merballs base. And we're both reset on offense and defense, and pups are coming up soon, so we should see some exciting battles. Romulus and Helen Keller and Break are all fighting for mid. Ballstar and Spiller on the left, and Balloon and Honey Bear on the right. They got a tag pro mid for the bad news balls, right juke juice for the Merballs, and they're going to use that tag pro lead to try and get out, but Mr. Thought is there as Helen Keller can't quite cover both Balloon and Mr. Thought. I did not see the third power up. It must have been a rolling bomb that was immediately defused. Helen Keller is returned by Mr. Thought. Honeyberry going to try and get out. And, oh, Mr. Thought just barely misses him. He's known for that aggressive return heavy style. And he definitely has gotten quite a few returns so far, as Balloon also gets a return. Helen Keller's going to grab here. I can hear you, but the stream can't. No, I'm streaming. The stream can't hear you, though. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not pushing push to talk, so stream can hear me, but you can't. Sorry, I'm talking flu in the channel. So Ramos is going to get Tag Pro here. He's going to use that to help Ballstar grab, but he's going to get the flag instead. He's Flag Pro. He's boosting down. Still going to try and bomb into him, but he's not going to quite get him. There's 3 bad news balls there, but he goes around the side, but Break doesn't quite hit the flag tile. Break is there to pick up the flag, which gives enough time for Ramos to be returned. Ballstar with the flag now. He's just running around. He manages to get past Spiller, but Spiller probably has the angle on him from this point, and he's not going to be able to get past him. Romulus with regrab here. He's just going to wait on that boost. We're going to see a lot of that this game, I believe. Offenders like to wait by that boost until they have can come in the bases. They have multiple options. Romulus might be able to but Break with a great bomb, forcing Romulus to go into Spiller, and that is going to cost the Merballs a cap. But they're going to get most of the pups. Helen Keller is going to get a rolling bomb here. Spiller with a good grab to prevent a cap. Helen Keller just barely managing to get around. He finally gets that flag out of base for a little bit, but just in time to stop the Merballs' offensive assault. Ballstar is going to try and boost across. He's going to get past Helen Keller. Helen probably has a good angle, but he's not going to quite abuse that. And the Merballs have a second cap. Honey Bear is going to cap though on the revenge cap as Break manages to deal with the regrab. Helen Keller is coming across this 2-on-1. Balloon manages to boost across though and provide some extra defense, which prevents them from capping. There's still a good opportunity to score though. Blocks aren't quite there though, and the regrab is easily defused by Mr. Thought. The pups are coming soon. This is a Tag Pro mid, and Romulus gets it immediately, defeating or tagging 2 bad news balls. Ballstar is out. He has the Tag Pro follow by Romulus. Honey Bear's last hope, and he's not going to quite get enough time on that hold to stall the defense. But that's a 3rd cap for the Merballs, and they're up by 2 on Monarch. Looks like both defenses are reset. Honey Bear is on defense, however, and Break is on offense for the bad news balls, which is not quite ideal for them. Break and Helen are going to flaccid grab, but because there's no Merballs offense there to try and get out, it's not going to hurt them too much. We're going to see Romulus and Ballstar come up, but Ballstar is going to go down. Looks like going for a pup. The mid-pup fight's going on. Looks like the bad news ball is going to win that, but it's just a juke juice. Ballstar, however, is going to get a Tag Pro left. He's not really near anyone to abuse it. He's going to have to go Flag Pro here. Can probably get out, but he just runs into must have been Break instead. And looks like Helen Keller has he had the Tag Pro lead and probably could have capped there, but he did not use that Tag Pro to its fullest potential. Meanwhile, Balloon gets past Spiller and Break. Spiller comes across. He bombs himself into the spikes. Balloon is out there, but the flag is also out. Honey Bear is just holding it on the outside. However, the Merballs defenders are closing in. And Mr. Thought is now out. He's just hanging on the right side, perhaps waiting for that pup, but he's probably going to get forced out by Break. Meanwhile, Spiller's just being chased around by Balloon. He's easily going to circle around that spike. And Spiller is going to bomb away. And we now have 2 defenders actually holding quite a bit, which is kind of... However, Ballstar is out, but the flag is also out. Helen Keller is out. Looks like Helen Keller might have a chance to score here if they can get the blocks. So, Sorry about that. Had to fix something. But looks like both defenses are reset here. They're going for pups now. Bad News Balls have all four of their players in the middle, and it's going to work out for them as they get a tag pro with break. Romulus, however, gets the flag. He's just going to wait on that boost, and a rolling bomb spawns for him in the left corner. That's going to help him a lot. Break has the flag. He's flag pro right now. Balloon's probably not going to be able to return him solo unless Break makes a bad move, but he might have just done that, and Mr. Thought comes down and helps him out. As Helen Keller goes to the outside again and gets past Mr. Thought, so that's going to buy some time, perhaps. Honey Bear on regrab. Bad News Balls are doing a good job of keeping the regrab train here at the end. It's something they struggled with a little bit in the mid game. But Spiller are going to be returned. And they are really not getting too much offensive pressure at all. They have not had as many opportunities to cap as they would like. Meanwhile, Romulus is sitting on the flag tile, but Spiller gets there. And Break, however, doing a good job staying alive. And Ballstar is just sitting with the flag right now. As Helen Keller has the flag, but he has a rolling bomb and a juke juice on regrab, so he might want to try and kiss, but that's going to be a problem because Ballstar has a rolling bomb. Uh, Honey Bear does get the flag of his rolling bomb, and he's going to want to use. Oh, and that runs out just as he hits Ballstar. That's going to result in the cap for the Merballs. That's unfortunate, but you got to know that timing when that rolling bomb is going to expire. Maybe if Helen Keller had been a little bit more aggressive, they could have used that rolling bomb better. Helen is going to get past a couple, but he's not going to be able to get past the boost. He's just going to bomb himself backwards. Now, that's going to be the end of this half. The Merballs are up 4-1 against the Bad News Balls. And they have been dominating both halves, both games so far. So going into the last half of game two, we're going to have to see if the Bad News Balls can adjust to make a comeback, or else they face being swept by the Myrtle Beach Merballs. Um, I'm not entirely sure how the Merballs did week one, but I know the Bad News Balls lost and tied, so they're already a little bit behind in the standings, so getting swept is not going to be good for them. Looks like we're switching servers again. So may take a couple of minutes for everyone to switch over. And looks like currently they will be trying to stay with the same lineups. Can't quite tell. Just in the intermission here. Looks like they will be, Bad News Balls will be keeping the same lineup as they did. Not trying to switch anything up and trying to get an advantage. I believe the Merballs will do the same, but they do not have everybody in their team slots yet. Still waiting on the Merballs to all get here. Should definitely be an interesting second half. The Bad News Balls are going to play very aggressively to try and make up for that three cap deficit. They have to play very solid defense as well. I think their offense has been pretty lacking so far. They've only scored 3 caps total, but the defense probably plays a factor in that too, as they have also given up 4 caps, as well as probably not keeping the flag in base as much as the offense would like. So it's a combination of both positions that are hurting the Bad News Balls right now. Sorry if you can hear my water, but my throat is getting really dry without it. So looks like the Merballs will be keeping the same lineup as expected. And we are about to begin the last half of the game. The Myrtle Beach Merballs have a 4-1 lead against the Bad News Balls. 10 minutes will be on the clock left to play. We'll see if the Bad News Balls can come back. They've struggled all night so far, so it should be interesting. If I had to guess, I would say they are probably going to continue to struggle, but we'll see if they can make adjustments. You see a Tag Pro mid. Ballstar is a great boost lined up for it. Tag Pro on the Merball side too, so that's going to give him an immediate advantage. Bad News Balls only have a Juke Juice. Ballstar is going to get that Tag Pro. It looks like he might beat the Bad News Balls player to the Juke Juice, but he can't quite do that. So Honey Bear is going to sneak away with it. But now they have 2 Tag Pros on offense, and they're going to use that to easily escape. Ballstar is leading Romulus, who's flag pro. Break almost makes the clutch snipe. Ballstar sees a boost block there, but it's not going to be enough. He Tag pro ran out just as he was boosting. He's going to retreat to regrab. Romulus is going to try and force it in, but he's not quite there. Break going to grab off the bomb, and Romulus accidentally hitting Ballstar looks like kind of halting his momentum. It's not going to hurt him too much, though. Ballstar just trying to force it in there. They're just being extremely aggressive trying to cap, knowing they have that regrab. Romulus, however, is going to wait a little bit longer this time, waiting for Ballstar to get back. He's coming around the outside again, and it looks like he might try that boost around for the second or third time, I believe it is. First couple times they tried the cap. Meanwhile, Pups, the Merballs, got all 3, which is going to help them a lot. However, Helen Keller did get out for the flag during that time. Breaks can get out and is going to be quickly returned. Honey Bear's left to play OD. Spiller's there as well. Let's see if the block's there. He can't quite get around him. Got pretty close. Meanwhile, Ballstar is returned, and looks like the Bad News Balls might be able to get a reset. Romulus not being able to use that bomb effectively, bombing himself into that spike. It's a shame. Honey Bear out with the flag, but Balloon is hot on his tail and not going to let him get out. Helen Keller has to kind of maneuver around Mr. Thought's boost here. He does have a boost of his own. It bombed in there by Honey Bear's teammate, probably accidentally killing him while trying to help. So Honey Bear is going to come back. He's going to try and fight for that mid pup. Balloon's going to get the right pup as a Tag Pro. Honey Bear's going to get the mid pup a Tag Pro as well. So it's going to be a Tag Pro on offense and defense fighting each other. Balloon probably going to elect a kiss, but Honey Bear just decides to grab and attack Mr. Thought instead. So Romulus is going to boost himself into the spike. That's funny. Meanwhile, Ballstar was there on regrab, but he's not going to be in an optimal position. He has to go into the Bad News Balls base just to try and stay alive, which doesn't work, and that's going to result in a reset for the Bad News Balls, which should help them a lot. Honey Bear flashes real quick, leaving Helen Keller to try a solo grab. Not going to work very well, as he pretty quickly returned. And it looks like power-ups should be coming up again. However, they seem to be a little bit more concerned with grabbing. The Ballstar gets out to the right. There's a rolling bomb immediately diffused on the left while the Bad News Balls get a Juke Juice in the middle and a Tag Pro on the right. Break's going to keep that Tag Pro chasing, however. It's not going to really go for any non-flag carrier Merballs, as Romulus is going to be on regrab and take it out. But he's straight back into the Bad News Balls base, and probably just barely ekes out of there. It looked like for a while there he might get reset, as they don't have a regrab yet. It's not going to be an issue as Ballstar is there to get the regrab. He's going to try and take it across, but doesn't have much luck as the defense quickly stops him. Extra thought there of a couple more returns, and looks like both sides are reset. And we'll probably go for pup soon. So you see both sides. Romulus trying to go for a grab there. Not going to be able to make it past Break. Break did a good job getting the return. Meanwhile, Ballstar is bombed out of base. He's just going to try and use that boost to grab. However, Romulus isn't there, so any grab is going to be pretty risky. Honeybear not able to get out on the solo grab either. Balloon and Mr. Thar are doing a great job of keeping the Bad News Balls offense in check, as it seems they haven't been out of base very much in this game. Helen Keller for another grab into the corner. That's going to be a good handoff for Honeybear perhaps, but Mr. Thought's going to get around that corner faster and get the return. Helen Keller just going to try and use that bomb, but is forced to just go up and not be blown out of base. Meanwhile, they're going to fight for that Tag Pro. They're going to get Tag Pro on offense. The Bad News Balls have a good chance to get out with a grab here. Helen Keller is in front of Honeybear with the flag. However, they weren't using that Tag Pro lead very effectively earlier in the game. Looks like he's going to lose it once again and just kiss. Break and Spiller both have Juke Juices, so they should be able to chase fairly easily. As Juke Juices wear out, as Ballstar goes with the flag. He's going to split the defenders and get across. Let's see if he can escape that boost. Spiller's not going to take it. He's going to be around Break into some hot water there as regrab comes off to contain him a little bit. Helen Keller is just sitting there by those spikes since there's nobody chasing him right now. Ballstar's going to force him out. Don't quite have re yet, so Break with a snipe. Tried to get the snipe, but couldn't quite get it. Looks like pups are coming up soon. There's going to be a fight from mid. Mr. Thought's going to grab a Juke Juice with the flag on the left side. Spiller gets a rolling bomb mid. He's going to go and re-grab Ballstar for Tag Pro right. He's just going to be chasing those, so that's not going to hurt the Bad News Balls too much. Looks like Spiller has the flag of a rolling bomb now. He's rolling bomb's going to be defused fairly quickly though, and he's going to be returned. Honeybear's also returned fairly quickly. Is Break going to be forced into the flag? No, he manages to bomb out. That was a good play by Break to get out of base there. Ballstar not quite able to get the return. Spiller knocks Break, but he still manages to get past Ballstar. He's just dancing around on the right side, trying to buy some time for his defense to get a return. But Spiller boosts back up in the base, and that's just going to leave Honey alone to chase, which is not going to bear any fruit anytime soon. And Honeybear's going to get the rolling bomb left as Ballstar gets a rolling bomb in the middle too. He's going to have a rolling bomb and a Juke Juice. I believe he's just going to chase with that. He might go and regrab. Yeah, the flag is his flag carrier is returned, so he has a Juke Juice and a rolling bomb. It's a very potent combination when flag carrying. Mr. Thought is returned. Oh, and the Honeybear's rolling bomb wears out just in time for Ballstar to return him and get the cap, and it's 1-0 Merballs for the first score of this half, which has been fairly uneventful since the 4 caps that the Merballs have scored in each of the other halves of the 2 games we've played so far. But we might see another as Romulus comes in and caps again. It's 2-0 Merballs, and that's going to be very bad for the Bad News Balls as they are now down 5 with 2 minutes to play. Break is trying to get out with the flag. but he is not able to, as the Bad News Balls managed to return Ball Star while Romulus is around. Spiller is going to get an attack pro right. Let's see if he can use that to his advantage. Oh, Honey Bear with a snipe, just barely saving a cap. Spiller going to use that rolling attack pro, to help Helen Keller get out of base. Meanwhile, Balloon is carrying the flag. He's avoiding breaking Honey Bear very well, as he just needs the Merballs just need to hold the flag for around 80 more seconds, and they'll be in the clear, even though they already basically have won with their 5-cap lead. And there's going to be only a minute left, so the last round of power-ups is going to happen soon. Meanwhile, Mr. Thought has the flag, and it looks like the Bad News Balls are reset. Helen Keller's going to come in and cap, make it 1 cap closer, but it's going to be a little bit too little, too late for the Bad News Balls, I believe, as they most likely will not be able to score 4 caps in the space of 40 seconds. Mr. Thought on defense, able to get the return. Honey Bear, however, is going to use that as a handoff. He's going to go for one last boost snipe. However, Honey Bear still manages to get past him. Romulus, however, is fairly safe as well. Spiller and Break closing in on him, but he's going to sneak out the side. He's going to end up going for the kiss. Meanwhile, Ballstar is out and not able to get past Spiller, otherwise it would have been a cap. 7 seconds left. Romulus with the flag. He's probably just going to keep it. No, he's going to go for Spiller, and neither side will get the kept flag. But the Merballs do win 2-1 with an aggregate score of 6-2 win for the Merballs, so congrats to them. I apologize for the technical difficulties during the stream, but hopefully you still found the game enjoyable. I'll see you later, guys.